You can take me to the stars. You can touch the stars tonight. You can take me to the stars. We can touch the stars tonight. You can take me to the stars. You can touch the stars tonight. You can take me to the stars. You can touch the stars tonight.
Bill Nye, the science guy, once said that I am one giant fuckhead. Me and Neil deGrasse, straight shield for cash, and we are the evil that people want dead. You're just a product of the environment, but everything is fake. This entire shit, I don't know what to say, but I'm not buying it. I've been here every day and I've been trying it. Everything that we're taught is a scam, and all along it was part of the plan. Telling us they're gonna go to Mars with a man? That's why I call them out as hard as I can. We ain't been to the moon and we ain't going soon, and everybody at NASA is a soulless goon. Man, this is fact, this is so damn true. Everybody watch out, Orion's floating through. Man, space is fake, but you gotta admit this lie takes the cake. These people need to chill out and take a break, but I'll never sleep again, I gotta stay awake. They lie and we don't need that. It's one big hoax and I'm starting to see that. Space was a place that I wanted to be at. I used to believe that.
You can take me to the stars. You can touch the stars tonight. You can take me to the stars. You can touch the stars tonight. You can take me to the stars. You can touch the stars tonight. You can take me to the stars. You can touch the stars tonight.
Growing up, I didn't have a clue. I used to think the earth was a ball just like you. Who knew? Everything that we learned in school is nothing but bullshit. None of it's true. Ha! And these people call it education. Just a clever way to say indoctrination. You don't seem to understand the plot we're facing. It's all about common sense and observation. But not for the mainstream, it isn't the case. They say you're spinning on a rock in the middle of space, but now it's not the time, nor is it the place. I'm really sick of getting lied to, so get out my face. If you feel the way I feel, then come with me, get up. Flat earthers all across the plane, ripping it up. Truth seekers all up in this bitch, getting it crunk. And if you think we plan on stopping, then you're shit out of luck. That's why ODD is always on the grind, and I'm never ever scared to speak what's on my mind, cause this day and age everybody is afraid. It's an illness, realness is hard to find. They lie all the time and we don't need that. It's one big hoax and I'm starting to see that. Space was a place that I wanted to be at. I used to believe that.
You can take me to the stars. You can touch the stars tonight. You can take me to the stars. You can touch the stars tonight. You can take me to the stars. You can touch the stars tonight. You can take me to the stars. You can touch the stars tonight.
All right, what is going on, everyone? Steve JMO. It is 25th of December, 2019, and we all know what that day is, so let's just move past that. It's almost, it's a little past 7 p.m., and just hop in the chat real quick. It started going pretty fast, pretty quick. We got Dylan Manuel in the chat. What's going on? Brian Stavely. What's going on, brother? How you doing tonight? I don't know how to say your name, but there you go. What's going on, brother? In the house. Ghana Ball, always. What's up, brother? How you doing? Lord help us, Tampa. What is going on? Flat chord music. How you doing? Queen of Swords, 444. How you doing? Ron. I am so dyslexic, but what's going on, Ron? How you doing, bud? And I think that's it in the oh, we got Todd Brady, formerly TB. What's going on, brother? How you doing? Salted Cedar just joined. So what's going on, everyone? So last night I did a show with the True Seeker 69. Did a show with Jen on her backup channel, and we went for about 4 hours. We had a good little chat. Had just a pretty much a talk about what is going on today with where we are today, like consciously, spiritually, good flat earth talk in there, NASA fakery. But it was just a good talk. We started pretty late. We went till almost 1 2 a.m. my time, so it was a good little chat. I just wanted to give a shout out to her and her two channels, because there's True Seeker 69 and there's TTS 69, which is the channel we did the live stream on. And I did a premiere today, so you can just head over to my channel. It should still be up there. You click that and it goes right to her channel. So just make sure her channel, that's her backup channel. Make sure she gets gets all the subs from her regular channel, because she has 2 strikes right now, and y'all know what that means. 3rd strike, you're out. So, and yeah, just looking at the chat again real quick. Matt Peeman, how you doing? I think I'm saying Peeman is what it is. But what's up? And there was something else I wanted to talk about last night too. But I'm sure it'll get brought up at some point here tonight. So tonight we're gonna. There goes the notes for tonight on the floor. That's what I wanted. So tonight, there we go. We're gonna talk about just flat Earth things. Like you guys just saw the little flat Earth video I put up at the beginning of this little show here. So, And that's just on my buddy's channel, JT Reverse Brainwash. Um, I should probably plug that in the chat real quick because it's a lot to digest. So give me about 10 seconds to grab that. Here's this, copy the link, and that's him here in the chat. He's kind of gone rogue on YouTube posting wise, but I know he's still listening to content here and there. But I'm sure if everyone gives him a sub, he'd much appreciate it, and it'd be good to see him back on YouTube. He's very knowledgeable. He's talking about flat Earth, Jesuits, Freemasons on YouTube for 5 years, but in reality for a good part of probably 10 years or so. He's been awake to 9/11, just like we all have. We all been down the road. I don't want to go too far back on that, but that'd be good to. I'm gonna try to get him on here one day because, like I said, it's my buddy's father, and he kind of if he didn't shine the light on his kid would never shine the light on me. So I just think it's good to it'd be good to have him on and just give him a shout out at least, like a thanks for all this work, because without that I wouldn't be where I am today. And me only being 24 years old, it's I'm truly blessed to be where I am today, like mentally on the right path and looking at all the truth and be able to see through the lies and the deception that is just all around us, all around us. It's portrayed in the media. You go out to eat, you go to the mall, you go to the food court. It's all fake food. So there's lies and deception right there. So just little simple things. We just gotta, I'm just, happy and glad that, I'm thankful for that. I'm awake and can see through some of the stuff. So yeah. So I wanted to get that out there. Like I said, that was the video that was in the beginning of this little stream here. And yeah. So and yeah. Not saying don't say that. I never say don't call yourself a moron, but we all learn from our past. I could go on here for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hours and tell you guys about the scumbag I was when I was 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20-ish. That's when I woke up. It was like 19, 20, and I was still like living a shitty life up until just choices wise and conscious wise until like 2 years ago. 2, 3 years ago is when I was just like, shit, man. Like shit, shit, shit. Like everything I did like brought me to a church, went there and prayed for just forgiveness for the ass that I've been for a while, and just thankfulness too that I'm still here and available or still capable of making the connection to God, even though I left His path for who even knows how many years, So let's get right into it here tonight. So flat Earth, there's just simple things. Obviously, you got fucking water, bro. Water doesn't bend. Water doesn't curve. Well, what body of water has anyone ever seen curve in their life? None. None, dude. You go to a lake, you see flat across it. You go to a lake or any like not anywhere with waves or currents, but like a stationary flat body of water, like a lake or a pond at sunset, and you could see the reflection off the pond. Impossible on the globe. It's impossible because the water would be bending and you wouldn't be able to see the full reflection all the way back to the source of light, to the source of where it is. It's ridiculous. Same thing with the sunset. People get so caught up on the sunset and the whole flat Earth, globe Earth debate. They're like, it's still going under the horizon. I'm like, no, bro. This is what you got to do. You got to go to a really long hallway, get as low as you can, and have another person just walk. And at some point, they're gonna disappear. And then when you stand up, hey, they're right there. It's all about elevation, man. It's elevation. You go 140,000 feet up, like we saw before with the dog cam. 5, 6 years ago, they sent it up there. First of all, it's 100% flat horizon all around you, and second of all, the moon and the sun are right there, man. So they're clearly within our atmosphere. They're clearly right there. They were almost eye level with the camera. Like there was, probably a good another 150,000 feet left to get to the height of at least where the sun was. The moon was pretty interesting. It looked pretty eye level-ish, but it is what it is. I'm not up there, so I can't take measurements myself. But from what we saw, and if that is in fact a 100% accurate video with no real editing, which I think people have done tests to prove that it's not. So, and it's just simple. It's just simple perspective, people. It's all perspective. The sun. eh, you can subscribe to anything you want if you're a flat earther for the sun, but I subscribe that it's, you know, roughly 33 miles in the air, about 70 miles wide. And what do I base that upon? Well, Freemasons, bro. What's the highest degree of Freemasonry known? It's 33. What fell? 33% of the angels. So they worship Lucifer and all of his fallen ways, and they have all the mathematics and all their little hidden codes and languages and numbers and colors and dates and symbols, and all that other great stuff. And 33 seems to be one of the more powerful numbers they worship. In occultism too. It's not just Freemasonry. It goes all the way back to the OTO. Aleister Crowley. Those terrible people. It's ridiculous. Like the occult, what am I saying here? The number 33 is just so powerful in the occult language, and it's just worshipped and idolatrized so much. Why wouldn't the sun actually be 33 miles up if they're all worshiping the bearer of light, who's Lucifer, who is gonna worship it or put in an antichrist, the the opposite son of God, or whatever you want to call that. And they already have, from a zetetic standpoint, the sun's already been replaced. The real sun, their son of God, or whatever the hell they're worshiping, it's gone. It's a solar simulator. It's a hexagon. Now, I'm not saying it's gone, but I'm saying they have something up in front of it to replace it. So that's yeah. So when all those zetetic people get all upset, that 'cause they're more focused on just the sun itself, which it's interesting, but it just takes out the whole Son of God type deal, the Bible, and I kind of hold on to the Bible beliefs more than I do that. So maybe that's just me being biased, but it is what it is. It's just years of looking at everything, and that's just the conclusion that I've come to. And yeah, TB just said they love their 33 for sure, all of them do. So it if that's one of their more powerful, well, they have names that add up to 33. We'll get into that in a little bit. They have names, they have places, uh, uh, dates, everything is 33 for them. So why wouldn't the sun be 33 miles up? And that makes it so easy. It can be the size it is. For me, 70 miles wide. Like I don't want to get them out right now, but I got notes in one of my notebooks that go back about 4 years or so. I'm talking about just theories on the sun, and one of them said sun 30 to 33 miles up and about as wide as the state of New Jersey. Come to find out, the state of New Jersey is 70 miles wide, and also come to find out, when the solar eclipse happened two summers ago, not just the weird fact it went west to east, which nothing in the celestial body in the sky moves that way, but it was a 70-mile wide blackout zone. People, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. If the moon and the sun are X amount of distance away, like they say they are, and the whole spacecraft. The entire like northern hemisphere should have been blacked out, not just a 70-mile wide area. You see what's wrong there, guys? It's absolutely ridiculous. So, those are that's my mathematics, my personal mathematics on the sun and how far up it is and how big it is. That's what I tell people. With no actual physical, like I've been up there and measured it myself proof. It's just what it all leads to, in my opinion. It's led to all that. And yeah. So yeah, like sun 33 miles up, Lucifer, his number's 33% of the angels. It's just all up there. It's right there. And the whole globe thing, it's all just such anti God, just straight like anti Christ in your face. Because if the Earth is flat and stationary, it's geocentric. Everything in the sky moves around us. But in their little model, it's heliocentric, and we all revolve around the sun. Take the word helio, put that in a word database for ancient gods, and you'll come out with Helios, a horned god, which is awesome. Those people are great, the ones with horns. He's also the god of the sun, and it's ridiculous, and it's all just blasphemy. It's all just blasphemy, worshiping anything that isn't God. Maybe they were fooled way back then with all these mystical powers, like which is going to be what's going to happen pretty soon with the alien deception. But we'll get into that in a little bit. But the heliocentric model, it's based upon the word the god Helios, which goes back to Orion, which goes back to I can't even think right now. Wow, man, I'm drawing a blank. I was going to say something and then to Nimrod, but it all comes back to Nimrod, who is Baal, the first Freemason in a essence, and that all leads back to Luciferian occultism. What they're doing right now. This is nothing new. They're just letting us really start to see the numbers they work on, but it's only for the ones with the eyes to see. Obviously the people in their little occult are gonna see it, but little John and Sue who've been jacked up with fluoride and vaccines their whole life eating GMO foods, they're not going to see it. They're just going to, put the rock and roll sign up with their hands, the horns and rock on. Yeah. And you got people like Obama, Clinton, all these people putting those signs up at rallies, and they have hundreds of thousands of people shouting that. And then speaking of Obama, he's like the one of the leaders of this whole anti-God agenda in the mainstream nowadays. Well, not nowadays, this is when he was running. What was his little slogan? It was "Yes, we can." You play that backwards, it's "Thank you, Satan." You know, it's absolutely ridiculous, and people just go willy nilly like that. He has the whole crowd chanting, yeah, I don't like saying it because it is, they work in duality, they work in backwardsness. When reality is Z, they tell you it's A, and they get away with this stuff, and we let them get away with it with the silence and the consent. It's absolutely ridiculous, man. 100% ridiculous. Just get a sip of this iced tea real quick. I don't know what it is today. I'm just dying of thirst all day. Had like 4 waters, got an iced tea going. I don't know what's going on, but all right. So let's get back on topic here. And yeah, so yeah, the heliocentric model. Yep, talking about goes back to Nimrod, goes right back to Lucifer, and straight up just like that. Because who was he working for? What was he representing exactly? And and another funny thing is, here, let me I shared this on Brian's stream the other night when he came on the other night. It was a good show. It's a great show. Just another good shout out to him because he's everything he's done has just brought me to this point, and I don't know why I'm on YouTube right now. I just need to be Going to Google, not Booble. Come on, man. That's how you know I'm tired. Yeah, freaking Jen. Jen had me up last night until freaking I don't even know. We were chatting till like 1:30. I was just so shot. I was like, oh my God. But what was I even about to type in? I got it right over here. Yep. There we go. So let me do an image, then we'll share it real quick. Because even the people in our government are these Freemasonic Luciferian maniacs. And easy way to prove it, just go look at your CIA logo, people. I'm sure that's sharing right now. Let me just make sure it's sharing. Yeah, that's sharing. It's perfect. So just look at that. People are gonna be like, "Oh, it's the eagle, the representation of freedom." Like, well, no, actually, if you look at ancient Babylonian tablets, Nimrod is depicted. Oh, what is assumed to be Nimrod, the biggest. He was the biggest one on the tablets. You know, he was substantially bigger than all the other humans, and he had an eagle's head. So there's that. There's that right in your faces. You know, it's things that people don't know because no one looks into the past anymore. They take it all for granted. What's told is what's told in school, and everything else you got to figure out on your own, people. And in these tablets that were found in Babylon, it was depicting a giant, you know, with his sword, which is Nimrod, and he had an eagle head. You know, and maybe they were just making sure he was represented as that Nephilim being, that freedom aspect. You know, the leader of them, portraying freedom but giving you slavery. You know, saying it's freedom, but it's just 100% against God. That seems to be what everything like the CIA and the U.S. government is doing to the public right now. And what's right below the little eagle head? It's the sun. It's the sun. And if you look, it's pretty much the six-pointed sun. I know there's little points in between there, but just another allude to a solar simulator in the future type deal. The Luciferian sun, because a hexagon on its side is a cube. Yeah, yeah. I mean, a cube on its side is a hexagon. I'm sorry. A square, you know, you turn it, you make the cube with the dimensions, connect all the lines on the exterior, you get a hexagon. Just want to point that out there. But either way, it's the sun, Lucifer, bearer of light in their God honest opinion. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. So we'll end that share. And let me just go in the chat real quick. I see Ghana Ball saying the Jen and Steve show coming soon. You know, it just might. That was a good stream last night, guys. You know, I don't normally go for 2, 3, 4 hours, but she you know, I was still ready to go, man. I was firing down to the last second. I was trying to fit every last word in before her kids got home. I was it was good stuff. And I appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate that 100%. And actually, you know, since Brian's been on, and you know, I went on her channel last night. Over the past week or so, I just you know, my subscribers have gone up over probably about 100, maybe even 200. And since I did that show with Stavely about a month ago, yeah, I've been up over 500-600 subscribers. So I just want to say, you know, thank you for everyone in the community, everyone in the chat. Big thanks to Brian Stavely, who's apparently hung like a horse. So there he is. Absolutely. A little Irishman taking it down. That's what I like to hear. Oh man, and the chaos. She just joined us. How you doing? You know, everyone in the chat. It's good to see you. Squeeze, what's going on, brother? And you know, let's just do another run through the chat real quick. You know, I like interacting with you guys. So let's see where we left off. So Cedar joined right there. Okay. And Mad Pie Man, we saw you. We have Lone X00. What's going on? Yeah, I got nothing on how to say that, but the earth is flat and you're in my chat. Look at that. I'm Dr. Seuss all of a sudden. Not bad at all. Not bad. It seems to be everyone. Oh, my doll face. 1, 2, 3. How you doing? How you doing? I already got Ron. Don't want to say that last word there, but Ron's in the house. Alex. Yeah. I don't know if that was just a troll statement, but it is what it is. Give you a shout out for just being here, I guess. So yeah. So yeah, it's a good little community we got in the chat. Everyone is really connected with each other, and it's really good just to see everyone getting along. There's not a lot of drama or controversy in this chat. It's absolutely just ridiculous. The troll channels and the gatekeepers, and then they send their trolls, and they're all on the YouTube payroll, and it's just sad, man. I don't want to start naming names, but people even come to my channel and start trolling my comments, like, oh my god. And you guys can all go there and see who it is. I don't want to stir the pot any further than I already did on my own comments. I pretty much told this guy to go F his mother, but in a politer, in a politer, nice way. I just put those two words together there. So, yeah, and Staley's in the chat. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. Just another low life shell who's collecting money through a website, and wears sunglasses while he does live streams in a dark room. Like, what's the point, man? You guys just looking like losers at this point, and that's why over here we're the best. Exactly, just like that. That's why we're the best, dude. Because no one in here is a fake sob. It's ridiculous. I'm not doing this for money. I work for my money. I go to work. I cook. It is what it is. Make make corned beef hash, homemade ham, flip some eggs, easy stuff. And these people got to go online and harass 24-year-olds for fucking cash. Like, you guys are losers, bro. With capital L. It's absolutely ridiculous, and you feel proud about it too. That's the sad part. Is people are real proud and happy about coming to channels like mine and Stavely's and 69s and RFBs and all these other people and just trolling them. It's like, you guys are just sad individuals, and they wouldn't last more than 5 minutes on a stream with me or anyone else that I just named, because they got pretty much no facts. They got nothing but crying, and we got proofs, man. We got proofs. We got evidence for mostly everything we go over and talk about. And it's just for people to deny their own reality when after being shown how everything is fake and everything is just a deception, that's beyond me. That stuff really just blows me away, blows me back, dude. And let's just get back onto some more flat earth things. So let's get back on topic a little bit. Let's talk about compasses for a little bit. Anywhere you go, the compass always points north, and people are like, "Oh, that's proof that the North Pole is there." I'm just like, well, what if I was in Argentina in the southern pole? Shouldn't my shouldn't my compass be pointing dead south if it's going to the greater pole that's closer? And they have no real answer for that. But you go in a flat earth model, and no matter where you really go, the North Pole is it's always north, man. It doesn't matter where you are. And, all around us is the South Pole. So how can you apply that in reality? Well, just look at what a ring magnet is inside of like a speaker system. The entire center of the magnet is north, and the exterior it's normally in a circle, which is pretty funny. The shape of the flat Earth, it's normally in a circle, and it's the entire exterior. Right, left, up, down, doesn't matter where you are. It's south, and that's oddly like a flat Earth map. So that leads me more to believe that this flat Earth place it's a mixture of like energy, frequency, and magnetics, and be very specific. The ring magnet, yeah, north is center, and anywhere else you go, it south surrounds you. That's why it's always going to point you north. That's why every single compass on Earth will always point north, no matter where you are, man. It's ridiculous. So just always easy to bring that up. And then another thing is, you're just talking about the sunset and the horizon, and not even just the sunset. Like wherever you are, the horizon will always meet you at eye level, man. 100% eye level. And the only time we haven't seen that happen is with NASA and the moon, the Apollo lunar missions. Because if you look at that stuff, dude, the background, the horizon is literally probably like 6 feet in the background, nowhere close to eye level. And then it's ridiculous. It's so it's so fake. It must be real. Oh my gosh. People like Elon Musk, they say that, and that is the most ridiculous statement I ever heard in my life, when he's talking about his Tesla convertible being in space, and how there's no stars, and how nothing happens to that car once it goes through the hundreds and thousands of degrees of the stratosphere and the thermosphere, and it's just floating around in space, no problem. The dummy wasn't harmed at all by any of the radiation, the Van Allen belts. And actually, if you just get in a car, apparently, and put your seatbelt on and strap it onto the top of a spacecraft, your seatbelt will, you'll be fine. You'll be there after. I don't. It's ridiculous, people. Elon Musk, like Brian says, just another agent against humanity. And then you look at, like I said, the Apollo missions, the horizon, the edge of the horizon is literally probably 10 to 15 feet behind them. You should be seeing like miles of craters and craters and craters, and then the horizon. But no, no, so much fakery. They gave Kubrick about 5 years to make this, and this is what they gave him. It's ridiculous. That's awesome. Buckle up, bitches. It's gonna be a bumpy ride, mother. Oh man, Staley's all right, guys. That cat's all right. I called him an old man the other night. He's gonna punch me in the face next time I see him, or if whatever. If we go to a meetup or something, we get kicked right in the shin. Can't wait for that. Oh, I'm over here looking for the vape on the charger like an asshole. But yeah. And another thing about, NASA and the whole flat earth thing, and how they're really connected, it's to usher in this alien agenda, and to, keep the fact, or the supported fact of space being real, keeping it real. If there's no NASA, and then people are gonna be able to wonder about space and everything they see in the sky, but NASA confirms everything we see. NASA, like, oh, we'll take NASA's word for it, because they've been to the moon. They have satellites in space. They have the ISS. They have Hubble. They have this, that, and yeah. But when one of their pieces of evidence seems to be fake, well, then people, it all crumbles down because if one thing's fake, well, you put a lot of beans in that basket. But yeah, man, it's probably all fake. It's 100% all fake. At least everything they've ever released from a aeronautical, a space astronaut standpoint. The only real thing NASA has ever done is it's with their rockets. They're not rockets. They're cloud seeding devices. I showed it plenty of times. You got it's a base they have in Mississippi, I believe, and it's a rocket testing facility. But in reality, the rockets just make clouds that go into the atmosphere, and then it rains. That's the only real thing NASA's ever done. It's ridiculous, dude. So everything else that they've showed us on TV and references to outer space, the moon, Mars, this, that, the sun, black holes, it's all fake, dude. It's all fake, and they push this the Big Bang theory, black holes. You always hear about black holes or supernovas, and when in reality they're all theories. None of these things have ever been witnessed. None of these things have ever been proven. None of these things are real. It's all just fear porn. It's all just misconception. It's all just lies and deception, just to keep us further and further away from the facts of creation. It's ridiculous. We got. I'm just reading the chat real quick, guys. I don't think I disappeared. What's Daily talking about? Is there a concaver in my chat? Damn it. I subscribe to the earth being hollow, but not concave. If water can't bend one way, it's not going to bend the other way, people, either. Concave is just ridiculous. If you subscribe to the concave earth, you must have like a cocaine problem or something, dude, because it's just it's unhealthy. It's absolutely unhealthy. It's flat as far as we can tell. I'm not moving 1,000 miles per hour. There's no water that bends this way and then bends that way, and there's not a big tidal wave in the middle of the ocean that's just constantly standing there. That's the most ridiculous thing I ever looked at. I looked at concave for about 12 minutes and I was like, yeah, I should probably go shoot myself for looking at that because it's really unreal. Really unreal. Oh, okay. That makes more sense, Brian. I don't, I'm not a big debate guy, but yeah. Yeah, those concavers, man, there's no sense of talking to them because everyone who is pushing all that, it's ridiculous. Well, yeah, Sweeze, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, but I've looked at it plenty of times. Other people are, somehow looking at it and thinking that there's something to it, but it's all misconception. The only actual true thing about it is the hole in the North Pole, because I think that's there, and I still think it's flat. It's a flat Earth, so it's yeah, man. I don't know. I'm not trying to crap on concavers, but you guys gotta really expand your horizons and come to some common sense, man. Like it's just a simple fact. Water doesn't bend. No matter how high you go, doesn't matter where you are, the horizon meets you at eye level. And everything is observably flat and motionless. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. And either way, concave, globe, flat, it doesn't matter. You got NASA lying to you. about the shape of the Earth, whatever, whether, they're pushing the globe, so we clearly know it's not a globe. But yeah, we got in the chat. The chat just went off for a second. Uh-oh. Brian wants a link. Should we give Brian a link? I think we'll give Brian a link. You know what? Give Brian this link. You know what? Yeah. I don't know why this is acting up so slow. So we'll paste that, and I hope that's the right one. Yep, so I just sent that to you, Brian, and we can talk about these concavers and just how ridiculous it sounds to have curved water twice. Not just like a globe this way, or, but it's ridiculous, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like what I'm saying, like here, I'll show you. Like, you got the curve of the Earth like this. On a globe, it's like that, but on the concave, it's like whoop, whoop. Stupid as shit, dude. Absolutely stupid. Oh, here's Brian right now, guys. Let me get that set. There he is. What's going on, Brian?
Hey,
What's up?
what's up? Hey, I'm new at this. I'm a little shy.
You're what? Yeah, you're a little shy.
Yeah, I'm a little camera shy.
Nah, you're. Don't be gay.
No, I don't want to stay long. I just want to talk about how ridiculous the concave Earth shit is, real quick.
Yeah, bro. Go on. Go for it. Fuck them. It's the stupidest thing I've probably ever looked at in my life.
It's not even about it being the stupidest thing ever, because I'll look at anything concave, convex, hollow Earth, whatever. It's all cool, man. But the way that all these people behave, and I've been dealing with this shit for a long time. It's most of their shit stems from this guy called Lord Stephen Christ, who's a complete fucking nutbag, and he used to make like 4-hour videos about me. They say they don't follow him, but they all use his CGI fucking illustrations of where they think they live. But here's the thing with them. They all seem to turn really violent after, dude. Like violent, mean fucking people, and all they do is attack flat earthers. But here's the thing. They still can't show us any curve, baby. You know what I mean? So they even use like a reverse of the curvature formula. It's just the opposite way. It's curving this way instead of this way, and you still see no curve. But not only that, these are people that all came through all the fucking same roads that we did. They were all flat earthers before, right? At least all the ones that I know of, right? So they already know that not only is there no measurable curve, not only can we see way too far, but they also know about all these different professions, including fucking pilots, that don't take into account any type of curvature. But now they think they live on the inside of a ball.
It's 100% ridiculous, dude. And yeah, the Lord Stephen Christ guy, he's I haven't followed him, but I've seen his name getting thrown around the community for years and years and years, and pretty much the same stuff you're telling me is what everyone told me. Is that guy's a nut job, and he just pushes stuff, ridiculous stuff. And I have noticed that what you're saying, concavers, they come in and comment, and they're they can get nasty, man. It's for the ones that I've talked to, I didn't ask them if they went to the flat Earth route or not. But if you're gonna believe the Earth is flat and then make the jump in the conclusion to say that, oh well, I was wrong, everything curves the other way. Like you said, the flights, you go in an airplane, there's no curve either way. You're not going under, you're not going over regardless. But that's the most absurd thing, that I've looked at, on a conspiracy level, on a shape of the earth level. Let's put it that way. Because I do believe it's hollow at some points, at like at the North Pole and some other openings around that, the Hitler and Nazi regime were looking for to, go talk to the ancient beings and whatnot. But I think all that's accurate, but not on a convex or a concave model, just on a flat stationary model that just has.
All they do, anytime I ask what about the curve, they start talking about the sky. And dude, we don't know what the fuck sky is, and looking at the sky doesn't tell me about what we're standing on, dude. I don't give a fuck. I don't even know what's solid, what's a hologram, what's spiritual. You don't even have a fucking clue what's in the sky. And you're gonna tell me because the way things move in the sky, you're gonna negate the fact that there's no fucking curve, and get the fuck out of here, dude. And another thing too, like they think they fucking hold on one second. No, and it's just absolutely ridiculous, dude. Like you say, because listen, they've known about all the land surveyors. They know about all the pilots. They know about all the people that have used military weapons. They know about all this shit, and nobody accounts for it. But then they'll tell you, oh, because there's like one model of an airplane that flies with the nose tilted up on it. They'll be like, oh, that's proof we live inside a ball. It's like, are you fucking kidding me, dude?
Yeah, that's one proof. That's just, that's why I say they leave everything. They put all their eggs into one basket.
And they say it's a certain degree. That's not going to take you around a curve. That's going to take you in a straight line like this. And what if the plane has different weight on it? I mean, it's just an absolutely ridiculous argument. They're fucking stupid. And Ernie's the one. He's still blowing up my Facebook page right now. Fuck Ernie, right? He's a fucking lying piece of shit. And all he does is what they all do, and they just go out and attack people all the time. And they fucking attack women. They call that dude Sam Owen. He went on my page. I let him call into my show. Anybody that didn't hear me let the concave call in. It was fucking hilarious. We let fucking Sam Owen call in. He went on my page one night, and he just started calling every female that was talking about flat earth a cunt. Every single female talking about flat earth a fucking cunt. He made a whole playlist of videos about me. And then that dude Josh, before he flipped to concave, that dude basically fucking kidnapped me and make me watch Lord Stephen Christ videos, dude. I'm not even kidding.
Oh,
and
you told me about that. Yeah.
He's the one that threatened to kill any fucking Atlanta cop that approached him. And they approached him and arrested his ass. He's a fucking bitch, dude. I woke up one day, my fucking inbox goes up and it says, "You're a bitch." That dude's a fucking faggot, dude.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
no, listen, and Ernie's a liar. Ernie's a fraud, and he's either playing a part now or he was playing a part before. And I'll explain. Because now he's going around and he's telling everybody he's been concave Earth since early 2018. He's so smart, this, that, and the other thing. Well, he was on my show in January of this year, 2019, as a flat earther. We were talking about 9/11 mostly, but he was a flat earther on the show. He wasn't talking about no concave, so he's either lying then or he's lying now or he's lying all along.
That's crazy. And maybe looking at all these, the deception will bring out like an inner anger in you towards people who are against that. It's just like the globe thing. It's just such a hard lie, and it's backed up by so much just Luciferianism and occultism that when you approach someone about it, they get so upset and they start calling you names, and they say he's a con, and they say that's you're an a-hole because you don't believe this. It's it doesn't matter really at the end of the day what the shape of the earth is.
People are asking me if Ernie's a paid agent, right? I don't know if Ernie's paid or not, but whether he's paid or not, like I always say, you don't even have to get to the level of who's a shill. Once they're total assholes and they just cause division, which is exactly what these people do.
Yeah.
They're fucking pieces of shit. He's a piece of shit. So is Joshua. If you're listening, Josh, you're a fucking piece of shit. Lord Stephen Christ, you're a fucking piece of shit. Fucking Sam Hancock, you're a big fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, man. No, you're absolutely right. Anyone who just comes in and causes division and calls people names and, for no apparent reason because they don't agree with what they think the shape of the earth is. Like, there's other things we can argue about, but, we shouldn't all just get caught up on.
Yeah, dude. I don't even give a fuck what shape it is. I care why the lie. And I agree with, it's not a globe and it's certainly not concave. I don't give a fuck about, I care why the lie, but like, so why don't other people, like, why does he have to attack flat earthers so much,
Right, go attack the globies.
Yeah, just don't attack anybody. Just try and show people what you believe. Like, where's your good concave earth presentation if it's so real? You know what? They fucking, if they had to fucking concave fucking world conference, fucking 6 people would show up, and that'd be all of them. They're a fucking
Right.
joke.
I,
They're a
I would.
joke.
I'd like to see one of them do a live stream for 4
They've
hours,
done
like
it.
me and
They've
Jen
done
did
it.
last
They've
night.
done it. They've done it. And they, you know what they do, right? They do the same shit IPS and these other frauds, fucking John LeBon and these other people do. They put my fucking name in the title. Fucking Josh had so many with my name in the title, and it didn't even say nothing about me. He had me and Brendan in one of the thumbnails. It said something like Flat or something, Brian Stavely, Brendan Daly, and then it had nothing to do with us in the video, dude. Nothing at all. Like, and there were videos he's trashing us, but just nothing at all, dude. Just putting, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and
That's
they just sit there and talk about nothing for the greater part of the show, which, like I'll come on here and, BS for a couple of minutes, but we're talking about real things, provable things that's actually happening, like, Mandela effect. And these guys, they don't even understand what a Mandela effect is. They think it's all just 100% bullcrap, most of them, because they're all just stuck in the concave world. Like, you got to expand your horizons,
You know what happened is I forget where it was. It was on one of my comment threads because I had made a few flat earth videos a couple years ago. I didn't make too many. I made some. And the concaves are on there. And then Lord Stephen Christ came in there. And I literally asked the dude straight up like this. Like, just straight up. I wasn't rude to him. I was like, I just want to ask you some questions about your model. And I started asking him, like, how is it that when you know that there's no curve, and how is it that pilots don't account for, and this, that, and the other thing. And he just started calling me a shill, told me I'm on this website. He made a website, fucking, I'm up there. I'm in, the shill Hall of Fame, whatever the fuck he had going on. And then he starts making videos about me. And he made a fucking video where he took a show that we did. He slowed it down to like 25% speed, so it sounded like we were like satanic, right? And then he's putting red letters all across the screen. Flat Earthers, die, die, die. Then he threw a couple other people in there. He threw Jaron in there and a couple other people. And these videos stayed up on YouTube for a while. Imagine I did that. And that's what he did. And they kept doing it. And Sam Hancock just kept making video after video. They're fucking losers, dude. They won't even try to explain because they know that they're full of shit. I think it's a complete disinfo act. And also, fucking IPS was pushing Ernie and brought him to a conference to speak there. And IPS and Ernie both push Mad Mike Hughes, the fake fucking Rocket Man, as the best flat earther there is. So if people can't see that connection, you guys are fucking blind and ignorant.
It's absolutely
I'll
ridiculous,
just put
dude.
that out there right now.
No, you're 100% right. And a real easy way to look at it is like you and me, we're inspired by real truth, and they're inspired by, what seems to be fake truth, what they think is truth, which is not, which is more just controlled opposition. So whether they're paid or not to come out and lash at people, it's just, associating yourself with the energy that comes with, whatever you're looking at. It's going to relay onto the people who think differently from you, because you and me, I'm not going to go up to someone and call them a dumbass prickhole because they're not a flat earther, or they don't think NASA's fake or whatever. It's all about the energy I get back, and they just promote bad, negative, harmful, just spiteful, mean energy. And I don't do that over here. This is all a positive vibe show, and they got to come in here and be prickholes, get us all fired up, and it's just to get us further away from our actual path. It's to divert us to get angry at them when we should be over here looking at this, talking about that, and they have us all fired up. It's just like they have on TV. They got the election crap and impeach Trump, but in reality they're putting the 5G up in the background and no one has any idea.
Yeah, and you know what else they're doing now? Now John LeBon, who's a known fucking flat earth fucking troll for a long time, he tries to butter up for me by saying, oh, he really likes my 9/11 research and stuff. And I know he does because he's looked at it before, and we've talked about it before in the past, before all this flat earth stuff, right? Now him and IPS are like butt buddies. I think they're having sex. Did you see that video that I sent you? Where he's all John LeBon is all, oh, this guy is the smartest guy in the game, blah blah blah, and he's plugging IPS's Patreon. What kind of man plugs another man's Patreon? He just met this guy. Now they're like a team, and they say we talk about this, that. Of course, they said Mandela effect. So these guys are gonna try and team up to debunk the Mandela effect, and I'm gonna fucking stomp them out when they do. Fuck those guys,
Dude. I hope they
Bring it on,
actually, yeah, I hope they like it somehow they just try to do a video just at you and try to just
Oh,
everything you.
yeah, dude. They already did a stream the other day and had my name in the title, but they ended up just that was John's video, and then they did another stream, and they were talking shit about Mandela effect. I could see. I didn't watch it. I couldn't even stand listening to it, but I could see Carla Red Pill's name in the comments, Karen's mine. They were looking at one of the chats. That's what these people do. They don't have no content, so they all break down my videos and they sit there and clown themselves because the Mandela effect's the fucking easiest thing to prove. And they're all affected. And dude, I don't give a fuck. IPS is a shill, and he's a piece of shit, and he can suck my dick. Sorry, I know this is your channel. But.
No, he's a complete prickhole, dude. He's not the smartest guy. Who right? This John LeBon guy,
I'm ready to smack a lot of my friends that put this guy up on a pedestal like he's so smart. No, he's smart at manipulating people. He's not even that smart at like these people think he is. He's fucking years behind on all the topics I look at.
Years.
I don't know what the fuck people consider as a fucking standard of being smart. This fucking guy goes around and tells people he's the original auto hoaxer. I know me and Russian Vids were doing it 5 years before him, 10 years ago. Come on, man. Come on, man. You're a joke, dude. You're a joke. He said that Trump gets that whole fake news term. That's based off of his work on his website. That's why they came out with the fake news term with the Trump.
Yeah, he did say that.
He said the only reason Truthers knew that Greta Thunberg was an actress was because of his site.
Yeah, that's what, $20, $30 to sign up for per month. That guy's a complete loser.
I'm talking about IPS, but yeah, John LeBon's site's like $20 to sign up. It's a joke, dude. He came in the chat, right? Listen, this is what he did. He did put our name in there. He came in the chat. He said something about Bigfoot the other day. He probably got blocked because we were doing an awakening interview. I think it was with Roxanne or something. You're just coming in there to troll. And then he does a video, and the title of the video is Mandela Researches Censoring Bigfoot. And then he starts talking about how we censored him because dude, it's like Karen B is into Bigfoot. Like, what are you talking about, dude? We're not censoring anything. You're a fucking idiot, dude. These people are trying to cling on and ride our coattails for attention. It's a fucking joke. And all IPS, like I said about IPS, right? Listen to this. No real truth. No matter what you think of me, or Karen, or Steve JMO, or Truth Seeker, or fucking Flat Earth Falk, or anybody I know, or Bob, or any of us, right? If we say we got in a mad beef and we hated each other, hated one of us, right? None of us would ever send armies of trolls to say disgusting shits in people's chats. None of us would ever just keep calling into people's shows if we were really for truth. Only if we were a paid agent would we do that.
Exactly. Inspired by money and false truths. That's what it all comes down to. Like, everyone you just named, we're all in it for not fame, not money, not for attention, not because of this, that, the other thing. We're here because of one thing and one thing only, and that's to get the truth, and that's to get the truth out to the masses before people start thinking, John LeBon, IPS are actual, factual people, which we know they're not. Those guys couldn't wipe their asses right.
I want everybody to listen to that. Karen, can you go grab the link to that like 6 or 7 minute video he did where he was just plugging IPS? The one I sent you. You got to give that to people. That one's fucking unbelievable.
You know what? I got that over here. I got you on my Facebook right here. Just let me scroll back for a second. That was what, like 2 days ago?
Yeah, it's pathetic, dude. It's absolutely fucking pathetic. It really is. He's literally like putting IPS's penguin penis in his mouth. I'll say it. You sound pathetic. And I read the comments on that too. People think he sounds pathetic. It's a joke. And even some of his own people, they're like, hey, well, fucking, this guy's just going to stab you in the back after 2 weeks like he does everybody. What's wrong with you? And they're both ridiculous. They're both fucking ridiculous.
It's the Justin Bieber is really the weekend one, right? Yeah, JLB meets IPS. Yeah.
That's the one. Yeah. It's absolutely. It's so crazy.
All right, let me get that up. And is that full screen? Is that there?
Yeah. Look at this. They're like having sex at the hotel, dude.
From Hanoi, great to see you, blah, blah, blah. All right, now let's get to it. Do you think it's possible that
turn it up.
The guy who plays Justin Bieber also plays The Weeknd? So Justin Bieber, this big pop star, been popular for, I don't know, almost 10 years now. Is it possible the guy who plays that person also plays The Weeknd, who's been popular for slightly less long, a few years now? These two popular people on the TV, is it possible, I'm just asking you a question, that the who plays these characters is the same person? Is it possible? And you might say, Joe, that's crazy. I mean, look at them, they look different. You know, what would be the purpose of doing this kind of thing? Why would they have an actor playing two completely different pop stars? What would be the reason for doing this? Why would they do that? Why would you even suggest such a thing? Blah blah blah. I get it. I totally get what you're saying. I'm 100% on board with everything that you just said in your mind. Trust me. Here's the thing. I recently had a conversation with a guy who calls himself Tim Osmond with a Z, also calls himself IPS. And this is the young man who gave a presentation to the Albuquerque City Council. Let's take a look at a clip from that right now.
I want to draw the public's attention to what may be an extremely egregious example of malfeasance. And just to help illustrate the gravity of the situation, imagine if the federal government gave $19.5 billion to Hollywood. I think we'd all be pretty upset by this. Well, there is a growing body of evidence that the International Space Station is not in outer space, but it's being filmed in a desalinated pool down here on Earth, and it's being falsely misrepresented.
So I chatted with this guy recently, and it turns out that he's probably the smartest guy in this scene that I've spoken to. And I've spoken to a lot of smart people, and there's probably 5 or 10 people who I could name off the top of my head who I think are very intelligent and have many good things to share. But this guy, I think, is cutting edge, tip of the spear, top of the game right now as we speak. And he said to me that he thinks it's possible the guy who plays Justin Bieber also plays The Weeknd. Now, a couple of years ago, I would have been like, how dare you? You know, like Greta Thunberg, how dare you?
This is all wrong. How dare you?
How dare you poison the well? We've got all this evidence that the elites are doing all these mischievous things, and then you poison the well with this crazy out there theory. That's what I would have said 2 years ago. I wasn't ready, you see. Whereas now I'm like, you know what? I'll look at your evidence. So what we did during this call was we looked at the evidence, and goodness gracious me, it blew my mind. Now, those calls are available to you right now. Hour 1, hour 2.
What a
And
fag.
hour 2 is actually 2 hours. It's a 3-hour call.
Plugging
Hour
his
1, hour 2, and hour 2, 2. 3 hours. Can you believe that? The second hour is available in parts 1 and 2 right now. Link in the info box below, but it's only available to members of johnlebon.com and to patrons of IPS. Now, some people say to me, oh, JLB, it's too expensive to join your website. Your website's very expensive. Yeah, for some people it is expensive, that's true. But IPS's Patreon is only $5 a month. Anyone can afford that, anybody. And you can get access to both of these calls if you join IPS's Patreon right now. So if you can't afford the sign-up cost to johnlebon.com, I understand. Some people don't have so much money, I understand.
Yeah.
For $5, yes, you can afford that. So go and join IPS's Patreon, and you'll get access to the second hour of the call.
This guy is such a fucking loser, dude. This guy is such a goddamn loser.
So they're a team now, and if you when it goes farther in the clip, you don't have to play the whole thing, but it goes farther in, like, we'll look at this, we look at the Mandela effect, or what people call the Mandela effect. Dude, they're just gonna come in guns blazing. They think them dudes are fucking ridiculous. You know, as you would say, Steve. They're 100% ridiculous. But they're teaming up now. And John LeBon's a total fraud, because John LeBon has called my show before. Listen, John LeBon was on the Flat Earth scene early 2015.
Yeah, I remember that.
So he's called into my show like a year ago. He called in a few times, but first time he called in was like a year ago, right? And then he starts, going at Flat Earth, right? So I start talking about the flights in the south, but not the flight past, just the GPS coverage issues, right? And he literally straight up on that phone call live in 2018 tried to pretend that he had never heard of the issues with the planes disappearing off GPS. Live on my show. That's
Really?
a complete lie. I mean, he's heard about that 4 years before that. Come on.
Right. It's like all the comments he left on my video the other day pertaining to that exact, what we were talking about. We had this exact conversation 2 days ago.
He was pertaining to the flight pass with you, and that's another thing he lied about, because so he was like, we were talking about like you did with the nonstop flight. You got that conversation with him. We already had this conversation that he tried to say to you, and then he tried to say, I already debunked flat Earth. I took the flight from Sydney to Santiago, right? And then when it came down to it, Steve, he took a flight from Sydney to South Africa and tried to say it was the same thing.
No, that's not even close. That guy's a fraud. And, he was like, oh, well, when you find out that it's this, will you reimburse me? Yeah, I will. But the thing is, there is like literally one flight that is direct, but it does make a stop to pick up people, allegedly. But it's just fueling because, there's no flight that can make it that far. And especially, if the Earth is a globe or whatever the fuck they think it is, and it's rotating, east to west, making that flight is going to be damn near impossible. You have 1,000 miles of wind and gravity and force going against you, and you want to go that way? Good brother. Good luck. That's all I got to say about that shit. You guys are a bunch of garbage.
Yeah, and so now they're going to make these Mandela Effect is debunked videos. You're going to start to see them come out, John LeBon and IPS, straight from the hotel.
Yeah, from Motel 6 on the highway.
Little six-pack of fucking natty ice and the fucking Vaseline, and they're fucking ready to rock.
Glasses on. That guy's a fucking loser. Oh, my God. Who I don't understand that. Like, sometimes I'll come out with my hood on or something on a video, but who has sunglasses on in a dark room with a screen on in front of them? You got to be one low life son of a bitch to do that. I'm sorry, but it is what it is.
Yeah. So, fucking, you did that show with Jen last night. I caught like 2 hours of it. That was really good. You guys should do more of those.
Yeah, I reached out to her and I said we should probably, do something like that. But she's, she's real busy with her family. Her kids are in town for next couple of days, so we won't be seeing too much of her on the scene later for the next couple of days. She said, but after that, yeah, I'm definitely gonna, put in a bid to have her on at least once or twice a week, or me go on her channel once or twice, so we can. I feel like we had a good connection. We had a good chat. 4 hours went by like it was just like that. And, her kids were literally entering the room and I'm still trying to ramble off everything I can get off in the last second there. It's, it's just good to have someone to go back and forth with. And, and when you come on, it's good. You're a good guy and, we can go back and forth and, it's just fun. It's better than talking to someone who has no idea what you're talking about. And you got to break it down on the most basic, simple level. But then I can have a conversation with you about chemtrails that are being sprayed by dots in the sky or nothing. And if I said that to someone on the, with their Apple Watch and they're reading the New York Times paper, they look at me like I got 7 heads. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, no, that was a good show. I fell asleep because I worked and then I had to work this morning. I closed last night, opened this morning, but I caught like 2 hours of it, probably like pretty much in the middle. So it was pretty good.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you did a little clopening last night and this morning. Yeah, I used to do those all the time. I used to fucking hate those, but yeah. Would you work all day today too?
Yeah, I got out at like 4:30. I went in. I started at 9.
All right, yeah, it's not a bad day. It's good to stay out of everyone's hair that way too, because I know you're not all about the whole Christmas bullshit and whatnot, and that's why I did the premiere earlier. I was just in the chat with all of them because I did the premiere from what me and Jen did last night, and that was about 4.5 hours, and it's just I have a hard time participating with all that crap too, because all everyone wants to talk about is sports or what happened on News Weekly this week, and I got nothing on that shit. Like, I want to tell you all about how the goddamn the clouds are closer than they were last week. But if I said that to someone, like I said, there goes Steve with his 6 heads again going out, and it's just it just sucks that no one gets it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, my mom. I just talked to my mom because it's Christmas, and it was her birthday the day before Christmas, the day before yesterday, day before Christmas Eve. And she was busy when I called her, so she called me, says Merry Christmas. I said Happy Birthday, right? And then right after that, first thing she goes into is she starts talking about my show. And she starts talking about how nice everybody in the chat is, and everybody's always nice to her. And then she's like, I don't know what this premiere thing is, but like, you weren't there, you were at work. And then I had to explain it. She was like, yeah, everybody in the chat was all, they all love you and this and that. And I'm like, yeah, everybody's mad cool. And she's like, and she again telling me how everybody's watching my Mandela videos, and the flat earth stuff. She's like, I like it, and I really like the Mandela stuff. I just don't like that 9/11 stuff. She can't get past that emotional fucking hurdle on 9/11.
No, that's a big one for everyone to swallow too, because that just the anniversary of that happened a couple months ago, and when that happens, everyone puts it all up on their Facebook walls, and remember this, never forget that. But it's real funny how there's never anyone like, oh, here's a picture of my daughter, my husband, my uncle that passed away on 9/11. There's none of that stuff. It's all just fake patriotism.
Yeah. But hey, people are watching. Like I said, everybody at work, not everybody, a lot of people at work are watching. My mother's side of the family is watching.
That's good, man. That's good.
Well,
That's
there's a
awesome.
lot of people. Dude, it's a big percentage now. If you really think about it, it's like a lot of people. It's not like a person here or there, man. It's really catching on, dude. Sometimes you know how you gauge your audience. Like, say you're gonna approach people with the flat Earth thing, proof or something. You know what I mean? You gauge them on how to come at somebody who might come at a young person different than an old person, whatever, right? I kind of get you. That's what's good when you're doing all these different topics. You can kind of gauge people and see what topic to come at them with. A lot more people are more approachable about Mandela effect because you know what I mean? And a lot more people on, like, you kind of know, because if somebody thinks anything spiritual is completely garbage, anything like that, you know what I mean? Everything's, then you don't go at them with that. You can go at them and bring them something scientific. Like, there's no curve to the earth, But I don't know. Some people are pretty open to it. People are asking me a lot of questions. Everybody knows Ed McMahon worked for Publishers Clearinghouse, dude. The geography changes blow people away, dude. South America and Cuba, I mean, that's it, dude. You don't have to go any farther than that.
I know. I like showing people Italy too, because there's so many restaurants in the Western Mass little part. Over here, there's so many Italian restaurants that literally have Italy for what we all remember on it. You look at a map and it's over here now, and it used to be the boot down the middle, and the thing is, like, the kids, we were talking about the other day how there's probably like one or two people at work I can approach about stuff like that, but a lot of the kids, dude, they're just so stuck on their cell phone and stuck on ESPN and NFL and all this other materialistic shit. You bring something like Mandela effect or NASA fakery, or show them like yeah, I'm not going to just walk up to someone willy-nilly and show them 9/11, but you could show them just like Mandela effect, like the just little things we would all know as a kid, like mirror mirror on the wall, or everyone seeing Forrest Gump, like life is what life was. But just so many kids are just so worried about just stupid things like the video games. Like, how many kids invest all their time, energy, and everything they have into things that don't matter. Like, imagine if everyone just like took all the energy they had for a sports team, on like a game winning night, and put that towards like flat earth or something that actually mattered in reality. The vaccine.
It's like if people could just take a weekend, they'd be in. You know what I mean? On anything. I mean, I'd start them at Apollo, and they'd be really in a weekend, dude. I mean, Jesus Christ, Apollo is just, and there's people that believe the moon landing. Most people believe the moon landing. Not anybody we know, but most people in the world believe the moon landing is real.
Yeah, it's sad, man. It's so fake and splotchy, and the original NASA clips, you can literally see through some of the astronauts on the Apollo 11 mission. So what's really going on there? Is that like a hologram astronaut, or they just simply added in as effects afterwards? And like the horizon I was talking about a little while ago, the horizon's 20 feet in the background. You'll never find an example like that ever again on any type of geography. It doesn't matter if you're 2,000 feet in the air, in the air, if you're, level with the ocean, you're on Mount Everest, the horizon will meet you at eye level. But then they go to the moon, the horizon's 8 feet in the background. I just find that really fishy, real
You think?
fishy. Yeah.
I mean, there's intersecting shadows, and they said they brought no extra lights up there. So that right there, debunked. It's in a studio. Period. Game over. It's
100% game over.
literally
Yeah.
that easy, dude. I mean, you can keep looking, but I mean, right there, it's done. It's over. It's game over.
Yeah, and but the only thing is, dude, like I'm saying, these kids, you could show them that, and some of them, not all of them, some of them will just still go right back to the
Oh, I
whole
know.
cognitive dissonance thing, and
I know
you
that that's
know,
not enough to convince somebody, but it should be, because that's enough to prove that it's done in a studio, you know. But yeah, it's crazy because they're hitting them with so much with the program, and we know that with the movies. But even like me and Karen were talking about, like all the stores now selling the NASA clothing and everything everywhere.
oh
It's
well,
crazy.
yeah,
You see people wearing that. I want to punch them dead in the face and be like, "What the fuck's wrong with you, man?" Or at least slap them in the face. Like, what are you wearing, dude? These people are enslaving you. There was somebody in your chat, race lever, to say, "Well, what's it matter? If they're lying to you?" It's like, dude, first of all, I don't like being lied to. And he said, "Well, what's it matter? What shape it is? You're gonna wake up tomorrow. It's gonna be the same." Well, that's why I say I don't care specifically what shape it is, but the fact that they're lying about what it is and it's something totally different. And when it lays out to the way it looks like it probably is in reality, it's very likely that they're not just enslaving us, they're hiding probably more land, more resources, maybe even fucking more people. That's a pretty big deal. And the fact that they're putting that on all our kids and making them be indoctrinated with it throughout the fucking schools, throughout all the fucking movies, that's a pretty big deal. And the fact that they take that money for you to fund it by force, because if you try not to pay your taxes, they'll come take your house, motherfucker, and they'll throw you in jail. So, hey, no big deal. Let's just ignore it. Let's just ignore it. They're lying about where we live. They tell us things in the skies are fucking trillions and billions and millions of miles away, and the shit's fucking right there. Hey, there's no big deal though. Don't worry about it. I mean, hey, what's it matter? What's it matter? They're telling you there's a flying car in space. There's a space station. They got fucking gorilla suits, instruments up there. They're having concerts, fucking carnivals. They're fucking juggling. They're baking fucking space cookies. It's no big deal though. Hey, no big deal.
yeah,
What's the point?
silence is consent, and that's for most things. That's for the NASA lie, the globe lie, chemtrail, solar simulator, even the Mandela effect. If you're just going to remain just mute about it and not want to look at it, well, you're consenting to the fact that you don't give a damn about your reality and where what it actually is, and the fact that it could be hiding more land, people, resources, fucking worlds. There could be more flat earth pods for all we know, and I find that really crazy. And the whole NASA thing, yeah, silence is consent on that part.
Yeah, and they
What
fabricate
does it matter?
history, right? We know
What?
they totally fabricate history. So if they're lying to us about where we live and where we come from and what we come from and what we are, like that's such a huge deal, dude. Like, never mind fabricating history. Like, this is on a totally different level. I can't just accept that. I can't just take that, especially when, and generally this place sucks. You got to go to job, all the shit that goes on, all the stress in the fucking and out there in the so-called real world. That shit all sucks,
Yeah,
and
man.
we're being forced into that. I'm not just going to accept that. If this guy in the chat wants to fucking accept that, dude, that's on him. But I think you're a fucking idiot if that's what you think's cool to accept that.
Yeah, and another fact is, that since its inception, NASA has taken $600 billion from us, and if that doesn't make you pissed off, I don't know what does. Because what have they done with that 600 billion, Brian? What benefits have they done for us? Where's all this breakthrough technology? Where is, these parallel universes they claim are out there? We should have found those by now. We should be in contact with aliens. I should have a hotel on the moon. I should have, shuttles to Mars every X amount of days. None of it's real. The only real thing NASA's ever came out and gave us is an artificial cloud machine that produces rain. That's the only thing they've come out and gave us on a legit level. And what is that made with? Well, it's made with a rocket a booster. So what exactly are they doing? They're saying they're making rocket boosters, but in reality, they're just helping out the chemtrail geoengineering, shut down the sun agenda. It's ridiculous. It's 100% ridiculous. And yeah, this dude in the chat is I'm
Yeah,
not
he's
quite
ridiculous.
sure.
He's ridiculous. I almost muted him before, but I thought people wanted to reply to him, so I just left it. Whatever. He's a fucking idiot. I'm gonna let you do your thing. I'm gonna bounce out. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna go smoke, and then I'll probably go live at some point later on. Take calls tonight for people, and me and Karen will be live tomorrow. I think on my channel, she said. So that'll be tomorrow night. But I'll probably be live tonight. After you're done, it'll be a couple hours. I'll probably go live and take some calls later.
Cool,
right.
brother. Sounds good. Thanks for coming on, bud.
All right, buddy.
All right. Thank you, man. Thank you. So yeah, that was Brian Stavely. Just decided to jump in. That's no problem. That's a good guy. He's been on here plenty of times, and he's gonna be probably a frequent flyer on this little airline, on this airplane. Over the plane in the air. But no, we are stationary. We're flat. We're motionless. We're in a room. We're not moving 1,000 miles per hour. So, and with all that, I think it's time for me to take a quick break, guys. Let me just get a little song queued up real quick, and we'll come back and we'll get into the whole 33, why 33 is important, and why I further think that the sun is 33 miles away in the sky rather than 93 million miles away. So this is just going to be a song we've heard before on this channel. This Doesn't Have to Be This Way by ODD. And, well, maybe this isn't it. Oh, there we go. So let me just get the screen share up, and I'll be back in about 3 to 5 minutes. Just got to use the bathroom, get an iced tea, and just like Brian, got to go smoke real quick, too. So I'll be back, guys. Don't go anywhere. This is Steve JMO. We will be back in a couple of minutes, guys. Don't go anywhere. It's some good tunage to get down to.
Ooh, I just wanna live and dream, but nothing is as what it seems. And baby, it's making me crazy. I just wanna fight and scream. There's nothing left for me to say. Fear shot to defeat the day. I know that I can control it, so it doesn't have to be this way.
I'm really sick of living, stuck and trapped in the system. You're just a brick in the wall, and I got my back up against it. I represent the resistance, they want me back up in prison. But I'm the master of my path, and I won't slack on my mission. You're lacking the vision, so I'm just gonna cut to the chase. They hide the truth in plain view, right in front of your face. I used to think the world was normal, but that wasn't the case. We're just some goyim on a hamster wheel, running in place. Turn up the bass, I grab the microphone and all I do is rock it. This little light of mine, I let it shine and you can't stop it. But there's nothing these corporations just won't do for profit. This fake ass world that we live in is sick, it's truly toxic. If you don't see it that way, okay, then keep talking. Don't bump into that wall while you're sleepwalking. The alarm is going off, I hear it beep often. I'm at the double doors of truth, I'm gonna keep knocking.
I just want to live and dream, but nothing is as what it seems. And baby, it's making me crazy. I just want to fight and scream. There's nothing left for me to say. Fear shot to defeat the day. I know that I can control it, so it doesn't have to be this way.
I refuse to just go quietly into the night. There's forces of darkness at work and they're restricting the light. I'm so fed up with the lies they tell us this isn't right. It's ODD TV, you best believe I'll get up and fight. This is my plight, I'll never let you cowards get the best of me. Took the red pill, now it's time to fulfill my destiny. Living like I'm Neo, dipping from my PO. Tripping on me cause I am the one and he's a zero. Hot like a jalapeno, bringing heat that you just can't avoid. I call out bullshit and lies, they call me paranoid. People are just foolish, full of hate, they get angry. Point out the truth about reality, they label you crazy. Just a glitch in the system, you're a critical thinker. And no, they don't want that. Fuck them, give them the finger. I do it every single day with each and everything I say. I'm not living like a victim, it doesn't have to be this way.
I just wanna live and dream, but nothing is as what it seems. And baby, it's making me crazy. I just wanna fight and scream. There's nothing left for me to say. Here's shot to defeat the day. I know that I can control it, so it doesn't have to be this way. It doesn't have to be this way. Doesn't have to be this way.
All right, everyone, what's going on? We are back. We are live, and just hop in the chat real quick. Declan09, what's going on? What's going on? We got Pirate something something. What's going on? Bad Pie Man still here. What's up? Got a ball still in the house. I saw someone else new join, but it's all good. David Wolf is in the house. What's going on, brother? Karen B, what's going on? Saw you up there earlier. Iron FE, what's going on? Just want to catch up with everyone in the chat, but looks like that's it for now. So let's just keep talking about NASA for a second before we get into the whole 33 aspect. NASA, NASA in Hebrew means to deceive people. It's just simple little things like that can hold on for 1 second. Sorry, just had to adjust my headset there, but yeah, it's just simple little things like that. It's right in people's faces that no one can see. And then obviously you look at the NASA logo and there seems to be like a snake's tongue going through it, and that just tells you exactly what's going on. What did Satan disguise himself as at first? The snake. Exactly. And what was another thing? Like I said before, it's like the whole Democratic, Republican BS party crap. It's just two snakeheads attached to the same body. It's a 2-for-1er for these people. They split them, they divide them, but in reality, they've won them over. And that goes for anyone who believes in the whole NASA lie, the whole globe deception lie, because it's all just a lie, people. Fabricated upon lies upon lies upon lies. and the evidence they show us are 100% fabricated. It's all CGI, or it's all recorded in a underground studio, or in a submerged underwater type deal. It's all just ridiculous. And we were watching that video on here a couple of weeks ago. Maybe it was just a week ago, actually, where one of the spacemen, he actually, had a hole in his glove and his thumb came out. Fucking thumb came out. If that happened in space, he'd be done for. Be done for. And the camera guy, literally, or the guy from Houston or whatever. Oh, we can see your thumb. Like, what, dude? Like, you guys are ridiculous, man. And then that all the astronauts, especially the Apollo ones, they get all tied up on their words. They got asked in an interview, like, "Oh, did you guys see stars on the way to the moon?" They all kind of had to look at each other, and I think it was Neil who was about to say yes, and then uh, one of the other astronauts just had to correct them real quick before he went on and said they saw stars, and then they would get all tripped up if they went like that. But yeah, another way to show how they're all the what's it called? The Vatican, they own a telescope which looks into deep, deep, deep space using light technology. You know what it's called? The Lucifer telescope. And how does that relate to NASA? Well, the Apollo missions. Apollo, the only deity mentioned in the Bible. It's the underworld. For the underworld, it's the lowercase g gods of gods. It's their main man. Apollo, Apollyon, Abaddon, Lucifer. Same person, people. The Antichrist. It's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And yeah, and like I was just saying before, you got where did it just go? I just had it. Like I said, yeah, the Lucifer telescope, run by the Vatican, and then you have the Apollo missions. And what kind of rocket were they using for the Apollo missions, everyone? The Saturn 1, Saturnalia, more worship of Lucifer. It's all tied in. It's all that easy, people. It's that easy to see. And people just, they can't see this stuff, dude, because they don't know there's a good and a bad. They don't know about free will, because most of them just think the Bible is just a made up story. Like, you have a choice, you have free will. You can choose good or you could choose bad. And all these people, they don't even know about good. They've just been shown bad their whole life. Just to put in a simple little, sum up like that. They've been shown the globe their whole life. They've been shown NASA their whole life, and they haven't been shown any other alternative reality or any alternative information. So they just go upon that and they take that as fact, and they base their reality upon that. It's absolutely ridiculous, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. And what are we going to talk about? We'll talk about the hollow flat earth stuff on a different day, but yeah, just more NASA fakery, easy stuff. If like they say, there's hundreds of thousands, not hundreds of thousands, but there's tens of thousands of satellites orbiting the Earth at all times. Well, how come in their little spacewalks they do in the ISS, or any photos of Earth from space, how come there's no satellites? There's no stars either, but satellites, there's no actual satellites. Where are all these launches that, supposedly put all these satellites into the air? There should be at least 10,000 recorded launches of just, rockets going up to bring satellites into the air, but they're not there. They just tell you they're there. They're just all magically there. It's 100% ridiculous, Brian Staley. I just saw that in the chat over there. It's absolutely ridiculous, man. NASA, to deceive people. The moon landings, 100% fabricated, 100% fake. Apollo, like I said, Apollyon, Abaddon, Osiris, they're all the same, dude. Nimrod, Lucifer. It even goes further with the math they use for the globe. It's supposedly the Earth is tilted on its axis at a 23.4 degree tilt. Take 23.4, subtract that from 90 degrees. What do you get, people? 66.6. 100% anti-God. 93 million miles away, people. That's how far away they say the sun is. These Luciferians, these Freemasons, we could just call them. They work on duality. They work on mirrors. They work on inverting things. They work on this whole number system. So you got your 9, you got your 3. Nine's also another big number in occultism. Like people like Tesla and Aleister Crowley both agreed on 3, 6, and 9 were pretty much the numbers to tap into the universe. But you take your 9, take your 3, you flip it, you mirror it. What do you get? You get 6, 3, or 6. So either way, those aren't good numbers. And people who don't even are atheists or whatever, they know that 3 6s are bad. Anyone knows that's a bad omen. And if anyone thinks anything different than that, then they're just not they're not working for the holy, the good God. And like I was telling Stavely before, NASA's a bunch of bullcrap, man. They've literally taken $600 billion from the U.S. Tax money since their inception in 1957, or was it 58? It's 57 or 58. Regardless, $600 billion since then they've taken just from U.S. tax money, people. And what have they given us? They can't even give us a real photo of Earth from space. How sad is that? They're all composites. And they admit them too. They admit it. Not a single real photo of Earth from space. And we've given them $600 billion. If I gave someone $600 billion and told them that they had to fabricate anything, I would need a better production than what NASA's handing out. But that's how they work, though. They do it so sloppy on purpose. They want it to be. It's a big joke to them, them mocking us, putting all this stuff right in our faces. And the moon landings are so fake, and all the spacewalks are so fake. The ISS live feed is probably the fakest thing you could ever look at in your life. And they make it look so fake on purpose, dude. It's because they have to, because they know that from all the years and years and years and years and years of indoctrination and forcing the globe, forcing space, it's going to look 100% real to these people who are dead asleep. Then there's people like you, me, and everyone else in the chat, Stavely, and all these other people I go on and on naming. We see right through them. It's all BS, man. It's all BS. It's 100% ridiculous. But let me just we'll talk about 30 the significance of the number 33 real quick, and then we'll I think we'll wrap this show up. So let me just get these notes up real quick. So hold on 1 second. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. Just can't fucking find these notes, and there they are. So this is all just a Freemasonic run realm as it is right now. And the Bible even alludes to that. They tell you that right now this isn't, the kingdom of God is outside of the firmament. This place has been given to Lucifer, as Lucifer asked Jesus to bow in front of him and he could have all of his kingdoms. And what do you think he's talking about? He's talking about the kingdoms of the world. This is already Lucifer's place. This is a place of duality, a place of deception, you know? And Jesus turned him down because, he stood for the truth. He stood for God. And, it brings me back to what I was talking about with Stavely the other day. This is just one big test, I think. This is a big test for especially young kids like me, who've been shown nothing but lies their whole life, and wake up and see the world for what it is, and to digest it and to understand it and to not be afraid of the path of truth, because people are afraid of the truth, but in reality it's what you're most afraid of will set you free in that situation, which would be the truth. Be the truth. Yeah, I see Ghana Balls leaving the chat. He's got to go to work. So everyone, send your best wishes to Ghana. He's got to go to work. So that's unfortunate, but big shout out to you, bud. You're always in my live stream. So, and I see you all throughout the community. Good guy, real good guy. So let's talk about 33 Freemasons and how it's connected to NASA, because it all comes down. They're all interconnected. They're all standing for the same agenda, the same, same everything. But so hold on, give me 1 second here. So in Freemasonry, there's there's degrees of being a Freemason. You can work your way all the way up to the 33rd degree, which is the highest degree of Freemasonry that we know of that has been confirmed. So you got your 33 right there. Albert Pike, that breaks down to 33 as well. He was one of their big American pushers of Freemasonry, pretty much general in the Confederate Army. And the Confederates never actually lost that war, so you guys should look all into that. And all elites around the globe. Oh my God, I almost just said that. Oh man, all the elites around the world. Woo! I can't believe I almost just said that. Around the globe. All this globe talk earlier. Oh my God. So all the elites around the world, they're all a part of this Freemasonic cult, whether it's Knights Templar, 322, Skull and Bones, whether Order of the Death Set, whether they're wow, I can't even think right now. The Knights of Malta, Knights of Columbus, whether they're wow, why can't I think right now? What is that? What's that really secret organization in England? The Hellfire. Whether you're a Hellfire member, it doesn't matter if you're in any. All of these people, they're all the elites, man. All the elites have dipped into all of these occult, all these different occults, and they run the world. Just simple things like Trump. People think Donald Trump is still the answer to these Trump truthers. It's absolutely ridiculous. Make America great again? Yeah, well, I've seen chemtrails being sprayed harder and harder and harder since he's come into office. So what's that have to say about Trump and making America great again? America is fucked, dude. It's absolutely ridiculous, man. And Trump, Trump, breaks down to 33 people and just, Greek, Roman, Pythagorean numerology through the calculator. Trump is 33. And the Masons, they work on signs. What is it? Signs, dates, numbers, colors, and there's a couple of things they work on. But colors are big. Orange is the only color that is 33. And what color is Donald Trump all the time? Obviously, he's Caucasian, he's white, but he's got that orange spray tan. Orange. You know, in a lot of pictures of astronauts, you know, what's the color of their little astronaut suit? It's orange. It's absolutely ridiculous, people. And absolutely, Staley, throw it up there. Ooh, yeah, fuck Trump. Exactly, in the ass with a chainsaw. Good job. Yeah, Trump. Anyone would think Trump is the way out of here, man? You got your head so far up your ass, you could probably make your eyes move. Like if you probably go back and, you know, oh man, it's ridiculous. And you know, NASA, all of them, you know, people who are high up in NASA, you know, they're all Freemasons. We all see these astronauts and they do their little Freemasonic handshakes. They got the Freemasonic rings on. It's all just, you know, even celebrities, you know, they've all sold out. You got, you know, I watch soccer every now and again. And, you know, a soccer guy, he'll even, you know, score a goal and then he'll put up the AOK sign right in front of his eye, 666, and you know, the middle of the zero, the six or whatever is right in front of their eyes, you know. So it just shows you exactly who they're working for, and you know they're all in on it. It doesn't matter if you watch soccer, football, baseball, golf, hockey, this, that, the other thing. They're all just yeah, they're all controlled. They're all controlled by these Freemasons, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. You know, like I said, the whole nation. You know, it doesn't matter if you're Democrat, Republican. There's Freemasons on both sides, and what do? They worship Lucifer. Like I said before, Orange is 33. Trump is 33, and Trump is orange, so Trump is double 33, 33. It's absolutely ridiculous. And you know, here's just some other strange, you know, 33 words, you know, in names, and you know, not coincidences. There's no such thing as a coincidence anymore, guys. Kennedy, like JFK, Kennedy, 33, or like the Kennedy Space Station, 33. And you know, at that exact space station on the runway where you know, they take off and whatnot, where the rockets start at, you know, it's runway 33. It's marked 33. You can, you know, another one. You go to Alcatraz. You know, if you want to go to Alcatraz, you go to the San Francisco dock. What dock brings you to Alcatraz? Dock 33. It's absolutely ridiculous. And you know, you have 33 miners in Chile that were trapped in the mine in what, 2010. 33 popping up again. You know, the first record, you know, to play music, the first music record, what did that run at? 33 and 1/3 RPMs, 33.3, right there, you know? And yeah, 9/11 people. There's 33 years between the initial construction of the South Tower, which was constructed first, I believe it was North, or it doesn't matter, whichever one it was. It was 33 years from the date it was brought up till 9/11 when they were brought down, demolished. Yeah, 33 years. Just little easier ones. El Chapo, 33. Simpson. You know, you could look at that as the Simpsons, who have put out all this crazy predictive programming, crazy whatever, looking into the crystal ball stuff. Simpson, 33. Or you look at the 100% completely fake O.J. Simpson trial case, and the whole O.J. Simpson car chase, everything about that was 100% fabricated because Simpson is 33. And, you know, you go to jail, what color do you wear? 33. It's absolutely ridiculous, dude. I mean, what color do they wear? What color do they wear? 33. The color they wear, orange. The color of, you know, you go to jail and you come out to court. Yeah, you're in an orange jumpsuit, which is 33. Clinton people, not just Trump, but Clinton is 33. And Bill Clinton's real last name is Blythe, Blythe. You know, Alex Jones, 33. The just simple word police is 33. Joan Rivers, another actor, you know, 33. It's all right there, people. And the most obvious one, well, we'll do one more real quick. Do one more. JFK. What was the date of his assassination? 11/22. 11 plus 22 is 33 people. So and the biggest 33, I think, is that, and absolutely, Washington Monument is 66 and 6 inches tall. It's crazy. But 33, what's the most important thing about 33? 33% of the angels fell. A third of them, 33.3, 333. Exactly. So you have all these things, dude, all these occult things that add up to 33, and you have them lying about the shape of the earth. And if the earth is actually flat, stationary, and motionless, it leads me to believe that there is a dome over it, that the sun is 33 miles up, because they worship it. It's all about 33, man, in their world. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous, dude. Yeah, but I'm just looking through the chat real quick. But yeah, it's absolutely just 100% ridiculous. All the just all the blatant occultism that is just put out on us day after day, week after week, year after year, deception after deception. The devil hides in the details, they say. That he does. You look close enough, I'm sure you'll find a 33 with any fake event that's been happening. So it is what it is, but I'm going to start winding this down, guys. I am getting a little tired myself. Like I said, I went live for like 4 hours last night with Jen, and that went till almost, I don't even know, man. Like almost 2:30 in the morning. It was a good time, but I gotta get my sleep schedule back on. I got work not tomorrow, but the next day, so gotta get my sleep schedule back together, so I'm not just a walking, sleeping zombie at work when it comes to Friday. Because Friday's gonna be a big day, and tomorrow I gotta go in there regardless and just do a little prepping, make sure a couple things are done, and check in with the owner, make sure everything is still a go. But it is what it is. So let me just go in the chat real quick. Everyone, a quick little shout out, then we'll get on out of here. Flat Accord Music. What's going on? Good to see you, brother. Thanks for coming. Pirate. What's going on? Thanks for coming. Iron FE. Thanks for coming. Appreciate all the support. Don Seymour. Yep. Thanks for coming. Brian Staley again. Thanks for coming on, brother. This is good stuff. Good to see you here. Bookworm, what's going on? Good to see you there. Mad Pie Man, thanks for coming. Squeeze, thanks for coming. I said Ghana Ball, he just left a little while ago. Thanks for coming, brother. Thanks for coming. Karen B, thank you for stopping by in the stream. Like Brian, Jen, and everyone else, you're always invited to stop in, put your 2 cents in, and F some shit up. Bernie McIntyre, I saw you back earlier. What's going on? Thanks for coming, bud. Thanks for coming. Much appreciate everyone here in the chat. So yeah, it's about everyone there, is what it is. But yeah, thanks guys for coming. Brian Hope, thanks for coming in there. So I'm gonna just put a little song on for us to exit to. This is Don't Worry About a Thing by ODD TV. And that should be hooked up there good. And I just want to say thank you everyone for coming. Thanks for being in the chat. Like, share, and subscribe, of course, not just to me, but to everyone in the chat. If we all just subscribe to each other, and just always just try to reach out to one another and have a conversation, spread some truth, just have conversations based upon truth. And like we all know the truth will set us all free, and the more we talk about it, the more free we're going to feel. So with all that, thank you guys for coming. God bless all of you. You guys have a great night. Salted Cedar, just saw you there. I know you've been listening, but yeah, thanks for coming, brother. And just like everyone else in the chat, thank you for coming. But most importantly, God bless everyone. You guys have a great night, and I will be back on, if not tomorrow. And this weekend is going to be a little tough at work, I think, but we'll be back on some point soon. So look forward to that. All right, I'm getting out of here. God bless all of you, and thanks for coming.
You're wondering what life's about and what it really means. Nothing's what you thought it was and nothing's what it seems. Always stressed about the world and all the hurt that it can bring. But God is by your side, so don't you worry about a thing. You feel like you're so far away, no one can hear your screams. Even when you're sleeping, there's no comfort in your dreams. You're living while you're learning and the journey can be mean. But God has got your back, so don't you worry about a thing. Every day just keeps repeating as you're passing through the seasons. Always struggling with something, always battling with demons. If it's happiness you're seeking, just be happy that you're breathing. They say everything that happens to you happens for a reason. Some days will be hard and then some will be even harder. There'll be times when you feel like you just can't take it any longer. But don't think of giving up, cause there's really no need to bother. Anything that doesn't kill you is making you even stronger. Life will rip you open and then pick you apart. You wish you could have known that's how it is from the start. But when you feel like you're alone and things get bitter and dark, just remember that you're a soldier. There's no fear in your heart. You're able and you're capable. Your strength is unmistakable. Your faith is so unshakable. The pain's made you unbreakable. Any situation that you're facing, you can make it through. God planned it to be that way the day that he created you. You're wondering what life's about and what it really means. Nothing's what you thought it was and nothing's what it seems. Always stressed about the world and all the hurt that it can bring. But God is by your side, so don't you worry about a thing. You feel like you're so far away, no one can hear your screams. Even when you're sleeping, there's no comfort in your dreams. You're living while you're learning and the journey can be mean. But God has got your back, so don't you worry about a thing. If you put your mind to it, you can be unstoppable. Accomplish any goal you set or conquer any obstacle. Nothing that you cannot do, no problem is unsolvable. Just keep on holding on to hope and anything is possible. Keep on moving forward and stop living in the past. Start spending every minute as if it could be your last. All your dreams you are pursuing, you could get there in a flash. I know that you can do it if you get up off your ass. Time for you to do what you were born to do. The future will have so much more in store for you. At times it might seem like God is ignoring you. If you keep on knocking, he will open up the door for you. This is the beginning, you will hit the ground running. The life that you envisioned, you can feel it now coming. The weight is lifted, you don't have to sit around bugging. God is with you, you don't have to trip about nothing. You're wondering what life's about and what it really means. Nothing's what you thought it was and nothing's what it seems. Always stressed about the world and all the hurt that it can bring. But God is by your side, so don't you worry about a thing. You feel like you're so far away, no one can hear your screams. Even when you're sleeping, there's no comfort in your dreams. You're living while you're learning and the journey can be mean. But God has got your back, so don't you worry about a thing. God has got your back, so don't